Perhaps it was her upbringing which urged Associate Justice Ruth Bader Ginsberg to value the quality of the dissenting opinion.
What is the difference between a bookkeeper in New York's Garment District and a Supreme Court justice? Just one generation, my mother's life and mine bear witness. Where else but in America could that happen?
Born in Brooklyn in 1933 to a working-class Jewish family, Ginsberg's older sister died when she was a baby. Her mother died the day before her high school graduation.
My mother died when I was 17. I wish I could have had her longer.
She was also one of the few women in her class at Harvard Law School, and later, as a fierce advocate for gender equality and women's rights, she often found herself taking the heavy lift with cases others wouldn't dare to try. Quite often, she was successful. As director of the ACLU's Women's Rights Project, Ginsberg argued 6 gender discrimination cases before the U.S. Supreme Court, winning 5. However, years later, as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court in 2007, it was her dissenting opinion in Ledbetter v. Goodyear that helped crystallize Ginsberg's reasoning that a loss can sometimes be transformed into a win.
And when I looked and saw how much those men were making, base pay only, just base pay, I just felt so degraded. I don't think I've ever had a lower point.
The case involved plaintiff Lily Ledbetter, who filed a lawsuit claiming pay discrimination based on gender under Title VII. The court denied her claim because she didn't file the suit within the 180-day period following the date of the policy that led to the reduced paycheck. Ginsberg vehemently disagreed and wrote the court's dissenting opinion. In it, RBG urged Congress to amend Title VII in order to roll back the court's decision with legislation.
This is a wonderful day.
In 2009, the 111th session of Congress did just that, passing the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act, which loosens the time requirements necessary in order to file a successful pay discrimination lawsuit. Later, the Great Dissenter, as Ginsberg would come to be known along with her more popular moniker, Notorious RBG, had this to say about the power of dissent.
You're writing for a future age, and your hope is that with time, the court will see it the way you do.
Justice Ginsberg also wrote the dissenting opinion for the 2013 Supreme Court decision on Shelby County v. Holder, which stripped away key provisions of the Voting Rights Act. In it, Ginsberg pointed out that throwing out the pre-clearance provision of the VRA was like, quote, throwing away your umbrella in a rainstorm because you're not getting wet. Legislation to repair the Voting Rights Act is currently stalled in Congress and will remain so unless you act for change with your vote, an effort I'm sure would make RBG smile. So be sure and cast your vote in person, by mail if you have to, vote early if you can, but vote today.